Hello, friends. Nice to have you here. Hopefully, you've been able to jump on and join me live. If you have, please pop an emoji in the thread or say hi. Tell me where you're from. Hashtag replay if you're watching this after we go live. I always come back to the comments, answer you in depth, no matter what you might have to say or share. This is an interactive limited time training. We're going to have these live trainings in the group ready for you to dive into whenever you want over the next week. Okay, so just less than a week actually. They're coming down on Tuesday evening. So Kylie, nice to see you here. So glad you could make all three lives. I think the more you can get into momentum and make that happen, the better. There's another one at the same time tomorrow. So make sure you make that too. Then there's going to be a few other trainings I'm jumping in at here and there. So you're not going to want to miss it. Come in and get the limited time. Sally, I hope you got your gift card. Super excited that you were the winner of the Sephora gift card. You were saying your daughter's going to be happy about that. I would be hiding mine from my daughters and buying my own stuff, or maybe buy her some Christmas presents with it too is a really good option. And speaking of which, because over the 10-day online course reboot with these 4 core trainings, there's homework to do each, with the first 3. So we're doing it, this is the last chance for you to win a homework prize. There's homework for the first 3. 4 is about integrating it and pulling it into the right opportunity, and also talking about how you could perhaps create your own powerful offer, how you could create your own mastermind. Don't get intimidated by that word, thinking that you have to be more advanced than where you are. It's the fastest track. Oh, birthday present. Good one, Sally. Fastest track to get you more clients, more revenue, better results for your clients, better kind of clients too, rather than selling all your little cheapy programs here and there that I bet you're creating tons of, or sitting there overthinking your program. We're going to get you into action with creating your own mastermind offer and working out a path to get it out there, get it moving, get clients coming to you, and you can work with them in a beautiful, intimate way that is better than this arm's length digital, no touch strategy. This is intimate, connected, and transformative. And even if you're an introvert, even if you are allergic to people, you can make this work. I've had plenty of introverted clients who absolutely love this model because it's not overwhelming. Okay. So you're not bringing in hundreds of people. I've been seeing a lot of sales pages. You might have even been seeing mastermind word around, and people are sort of saying, look, only 100 people in this mastermind, or only 200 people in here. And it's like, that's a shit ton of people. And look, that's great for your sales. But do you think you're going to be seen, heard, and valued as a member in that mastermind with so many people? It would be difficult unless they have a ton of coaches and a ton of touch points. But I think that the beautiful thing about when you get started is that you can create this beautiful container where you know exactly where your clients are. You can get them in, winch them out when they need help, and get them moving. So tomorrow I'm going to be going into more about how you can structure that for success. So you're not going to want to miss that. But today is all about Facebook, which I know everyone always kind of wants to dive into. So I'm fully prepared to get in there, show you exactly what's working now with ads, groups, lives, things that you can do to get started straight away that actually have impact. No, it's not, oh, hi Bonnie, great to have you here again. It was good you were here yesterday and you're on again today. It's not about, excuse me, it's not about boosting a post on your Facebook page, right? You can chuck that out the window. That stuff ain't working, but I'm going to share with you exactly what is. And, I've been doing this stuff for a while, and I've had to pivot what I'm doing because the same old stuff doesn't really work, right? Things move quickly. This is social media. Things are moving, they're adding things. People are always lamenting Facebook, but I love Facebook because they have so much money. They are improving things all the time for us. It is so great. I love that they're doing that. So tuning in from London. Oh my God, stay awake, please. Yes, absolutely. I was getting my other things. Sorry, I didn't have the comment stream working. So is that, I was just seeing who that is as well, so that I can keep in touch with you. Sometimes it's hard to see on here on the live stream if you don't accept Ecamm Live. I can't see your name sometimes. So pardon me if I do not mention your name, but I definitely see your beautiful comment, and that makes me happy as anything to have people on here, because imagine you show up for training and no one comes on. It's kind of like, that's everyone's biggest fear. Also, in creating a mastermind, the biggest thing I hear time and time again, hello, the biggest thing I hear time and time again is, well, I couldn't do a mastermind because what if no one buys or only one person buys? Never happens. I'm here to tell you, never happens. I don't care if your list has got 20 people on it, it won't happen, especially with the strategies that we're sharing in here this week, but also when we go deeper in the Mastermind Success Secrets program, we talk about exactly how you can get to your first client. Now, it's a collaboration. You've got to get over your resistance as well. I'm going to put some hand cream on. My hands feel really dry. Who doesn't love a bit of Jo Malone? Love it. Anyway, I'm just going to power up my hands today. They just felt super dry. And yeah, so don't worry. Even if you haven't even got a Facebook page yet, right? We're going, hi Talitha. I love that name. Such a gorgeous name. There is a NARS lip gloss called Talitha. You need to get it. I think wasn't there a Getty wife called Talitha? Maybe you were named after her. I don't know. Tragically, no bad karma here, but she died. But anyway, Talitha, I love your name. Who else have we got on here? Say where you're coming in from. It's like a virtual get-together. If you've got your, well, some people it's nighttime there. If you've got your nighttime drink, whatever that might be, I'm all good with that. I did have a coffee, now I've just got my water, so ready to go dive in today, just making sure I've got everything set up. You can obviously hear me, so I don't need to worry too much about that. I'm just going to get the comments up here as well, so I can make sure that I don't miss anything. I love you all coming in and saying hi. So today, what I really, just to recap, today I'm going to talk about powering up your leads and sales with Facebook and how to generate automated opportunities using the power of Facebook. Now, when I say automated, oh my God, you're in Santa Monica, Bonnie. I'm so jealous. I love Santa Monica, one of my favorite places in LA, and you do have the best weather. I've been there all seasons and it's always fabulous. And when I go there, I like that. Now I'm not going to remember the name of that restaurant that's like the kitchen one. It's like organic and it's on the corner, Real Food or something. I can't remember what it's called. And look, I love eating all food, but I really like that restaurant. It's on the edge of a shopping center. I can't think of what it's called. But I love heading to Santa Monica because I can do my shopping, but you can be near the beach. And anyway, I digress, but I love Santa Monica. So thanks for coming in from Santa Monica, Bonnie. It is awesome to have you here. As I said, True Food Kitchen, that's it. I love that place. The black miso cod. Yum. I don't know if they still have it. I haven't been there for about a year or so, but delicious. So good. I always go there. And Bloomingdale's the department store in Santa Monica, isn't it? I think you've only got one there, and I go to Bloomingdale's. Love it. Anyway, powering up your leads and sales with Facebook. Forgive me. I get off on tangents because I am a dedicated extrovert. I get high on people. So you'll probably see that when you send me a comment, I'm going to go and talk about it because I love connecting. And I guess that's part of why also I love the mastermind model so much, because you get the chance to really know and connect with your clients in a much deeper way than like a little 6-week online course that you might create, right? And I'm not saying there isn't a place for those things, and I'm not here to, I don't talk in absolutes, and sometimes people want an absolute. And yesterday I talked about this how of everything, right? Why clients, and you might find this with your own clients, they want to know the how of everything, like it's going to release them from the try, right? And the try and the risk of fail. Because truth be told, I don't know everything about social media marketing, online marketing, coaching, consulting. Of course I don't. Nobody does really, but especially, I'll raise my hand, especially not me. I have an experience of what I've seen, what I know works for me and my clients, what I love that works for me, that, you know, maybe there's pieces of that can work for you and other parts that might not. So I'm not here to say you can never put an online course out there, or you can, you know, online courses don't work or anything like that. That's not true. There's always the exception to the rule. But what I want to show you, if you are more interested in getting great results for your clients, connecting more with your clients, using easier social media strategies. Now, the ones I'm going to share today, it's like riding a bike. You're gonna see it straight away and think, like, it's like when you first got on a bike when you're 4 or 5, and it's so scary and it's so hard, and you might think, oh my God, how on earth am I going to do that? Or that seems really overwhelming. And you are going to get to a stage where it's not as overwhelming. So I invite you to have, what do they say, beginner's mind. Tip out what you think you know, or any objections or limitations that you might have to learning some of this stuff, because I know it's like Facebook people. I said the other day, people have post-traumatic stress from launching an online course and didn't sell, so they never want to go back. I had that. Hands up, I totally had post-online course traumatic stress disorder. And I'm not making light of people who have real PTSD. Please do not think that. What I'm saying, though, is that there's like this after effect of things that don't work, and we take it so personally, but there's always a chance to refresh and start again. And I find that people have a real block oftentimes. Some people absolutely love it, but oftentimes people have a real block to using Facebook marketing tools. So that might be ads, it might be Facebook Lives, it might be even starting a group like this, right? And what I find that links back to is your own fear of visibility or imposter syndrome, whatever it might be, that you think someone's going to absolutely hate on what you've got to say or what you've got to do. I can guarantee that will probably happen. And the best thing is you'll get through it. Even a beautiful woman in my Mastermind Success Secrets program today posted that someone had sent her an email about her own sort of live challenge in a Facebook group, saying that she ummed and ahed too much. Like, really, who has time to do that? And who is that insensitive and mean and rude to say that when this is like a free training? Like, can you even get over? I'd say I couldn't believe it, but I can believe it, because anything's possible. And it does feel scary to dip your toe in the water and put yourself out there. I understand that. But people are just wanting connection, okay? They just want to hear from you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the biggest expert. So I invite you first, release that, because that is going to keep you completely stuck with nobody knowing who you are. You're going to be stuck creating all this content, working out all your tech and working out what's absolutely perfect, and that's not going to get you far at all. So what I wanted to acknowledge before I dive into the training too was beautiful participation in the group, and we have another winner of Sephora $50 gift card, and it is, I did Rafflecopter. There were only a few posts in the homework thread. Ladies, get in there. Name came up, Dominic Mix. Hopefully you're on the call today. I haven't seen you today. I know you've been on the last 2 live streams. I'm going to DM you, get your email address, and send you a Sephora e-gift card. And congratulations on winning that. You can have a little splurge and just a reward for doing the work. Like, I can see you going into messaging and special call outs as well to Poonam. I know, Sally, you have obviously already won a gift card, but you were posting homework and really going and doing the work in there. And there was a couple of other people as well. Thank you for participating and getting involved in that, because it will integrate what you learn. Because everyone also, like, I'm sure that people are going to dive into this Facebook training. Don't worry, I'm going to get there, because they want to get to the, oh yeah, let me put it out there. It's like when you start your business, you want to get to the logo and the name and the website, the design, all that beautiful stuff, right? But I encourage you to make sure that you do not skip past that messaging work, okay? And that you don't skip past thinking about how you can add more value to your offering, because those things coming together will make your Facebook journey much easier. Because what happens is that people go, okay, well, I need to do a page, or I need to do some ads, but what the hey am I going to advertise, right? Like, or what am I going to share? So I want you to think more holistically about that. And when you've done session 1, thinking about what value you can add to your offer, when you've gone into session 2 and you talk about or you dive into making sure you clarify your message to market, you know that the problems that you're solving, that where your specific audience wants to move towards, you're going to have a ton of content, right? So when people are asking me, well, I don't know what to post, or I'm stuck and I'm not sure on what to post, often that is because they're thinking like too many steps ahead of where they need to go. The thing is, what you know and what comes easily that you think is too simple to share is what you should be sharing. And even if you can start before you even have a call to action or a lead magnet, if you can start sharing that knowledge, that learning, and by knowledge I don't mean it has to be all set out and perfect, just sharing the the solutions to some of the common problems that your audience are facing that you can nail in the work that we did yesterday, then you are going to absolutely win. Because the fact is, the majority of people are not doing this. Even though we feel like, oh my God, there's so much noise on Facebook, there's still 70% of people not consistently showing up with their front end messaging. And Facebook is absolutely critical for that front end messaging, because what happens is that, yes, I love email marketing. Do not get me wrong. Email is great. I love it. But with all the deliverability issues and things like that, a lot of people aren't getting their emails. A lot of people are too busy to read emails or what have you. But we know that people are on Facebook. So if you want to ask me about Instagram or LinkedIn, or Pinterest, I've got some knowledge about that. But Facebook, by far and away, is the best tool to be using because it has unsurpassed engagement, right? There's over 2 billion users in the world, and I guarantee most of those people are using it several hours a day. It's the first thing they look at when they wake up. It's the first thing they look at before they go to bed. That's not a good thing, right, for society, but what it gives us is connection. It's like that connection to a broader village, your own intimate village, but then also the world, the global stage, and how people connect with knowledge, everything. It's absolutely transformed the face of who we are and how we act, okay? So the reason why I really kind of am anchored in Facebook is because that's where I've seen by far and away the best results. Not always. Different niches or niches can have great opportunities in things like Pinterest and LinkedIn. But what I like to do is share with you like more in-depth knowledge on stuff that I absolutely know. Now, the best part is Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people, right? So when you advertise on Facebook, you can transfer those strategies to Instagram. I invite you to test and see whether that's working, would work best for you first, like anything, particularly when you put some cash investment behind it. You want to make sure that you're getting the results. And yay, Dominique's here. I will DM you with your to get your email, or can you just DM me actually your email, and then I'll get onto that and send you your beautiful gift card. Thanks for showing up, staying in the room and doing the work, and to everybody else who has been here as well. I absolutely love the dedication that you're showing to this process. So Facebook is where to start for most people, unless you are really targeting corporates, offline kind of business owners and things like that. If you can still use Facebook, but there's a couple of different strategies. I'm mainly talking about service-based entrepreneurs who perhaps, your audience would be on there. Even if you're curious about that, type it in the comments. I'll let you know if they are or if they aren't, and what would be the next best steps. But most people are on here, and that's why I want to stay in the wheelhouse of Facebook today, because it's not going anywhere. I remember even talking to a few of you probably know of Lewis Howes, and this must have been like 8 years ago. I met Lewis when he came to Australia, actually. I met Lewis Howes back then, and he was like, oh, cool, you do Facebook. And this is when I was a Facebook ads specialist, right? And he's like, oh, I really want to grow my Facebook page to 10,000 likes. At that time, I think he had, I don't know, 1,000 likes or something. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I would more advise you growing your list using Facebook, but cool. If you want to do likes, we can definitely do some ads around that. And it was pretty quick and easy to grow. Back then you could just like turn things on and it would just blow up. And, and at the time we were working together, he said to me, Google Plus came about. Like, now who the hell probably even knows what Google Plus is now, right? that there was a lot of buzz about Google Plus, and because MySpace had disappeared, in a big puff of smoke when Facebook gathered a lot of momentum, people were really, really scared that the same thing was going to happen to Facebook. But Facebook has already proven that not to be the case. They're constantly improving their platform. Yes, there's been drop off. Yes, there's been share taken via younger market with Instagram and Snapchat. Snapchat will probably soon get swallowed up by Instagram. But look, my kids are still on Snapchat. If you're a teen, you're all over that stuff. I still cannot work out how to use it at all. Like, it's so hard. I did a training once on my page. I got my teenage daughter to teach people how to use Snapchat, but in the long run, it's like you don't even need it. Instagram, Facebook is absolutely where it is at. So I love Instagram too. I think it's perfect. I don't feel like I've got, I have following there, but I don't have the same conversion and connection that I have there that I do using Facebook and the power of paid and organic Facebook. So I favor Facebook, but you're going to have to find out what's true for you. But I love Facebook. It didn't peter out. And what I was going to say back to the Lewis House story is that he said to me, oh, no, I think Facebook's going to die now that Google Plus is here. Like, now Google Plus is going to do that. Why would people bother going on Facebook? What should we have even invested that time, money, and energy into creating my following there? And it's kind of like, yeah, no. Not that it's a non-issue, right? So Facebook is not going anywhere. I guarantee that. Will there be other platforms that might overtake it? Sure. But the amount of money, time, energy, everything that is behind this platform means it's here to stay. It is a part of our psyche. It is a part of our lifestyle. So never fear. And anyway, even if you just use it for the next 12 months and it did go poof, that's fine. And there is a part of that whole something another mentor of mine, James Schramko, used to talk about owning the race course, is that Facebook is not yours to control, right? So you do still need it to work with your email marketing. So I'm not here to poo-poo email marketing. I love it because that's your list. That is your community that you will always control. Facebook, you can influence, okay? And you can utilize and capitalize on. And that's really what we're going to talk about today in the training, okay? So I think we've kind of recapped. I don't want to go into too much of recapping yesterday because I want to talk about today. If you have your workbook, either digitally or printed out, have that with you. Follow along. Fill in the gaps, people. But you know me, I don't really stick too much to structure. So I'm going to perhaps go into a little more detail on some of the techniques. So I invite you to write notes and pop it in the workbook, because we probably will start with what you can start doing on Facebook now, okay, to A, get noticed, B, build your audience, and C, we won't quite go to conversion yet. We'll just go to more connection and engagement to start with, okay? So I'm sure many of you in here, I've looked at some of your profiles or looked at your websites when you've joined the group. Thank you for sharing that information. That gives me an idea of where kind of everyone is. So you've got a website and you've probably got a Facebook business page, okay? So I'm not talking about your personal page that you friend people on. I'm talking about your business page that your audience can like or follow or interact with your posts. That's typically where you're sharing your beautiful message and engaging with people there. Or maybe you're finding you're not engaging, right? Hit the like emoji if you're not finding a lot of engagement on your business page anymore. Like I said, back in the day when I was talking to Lewis Howes in 2011, bumping up his likes, it was easy to build like huge fan pages with ads and not with ads, because Facebook had their focus of their attention on pages, because they were like, great, we want businesses here, because guess what they wanted? They wanted advertising dollars. Now what they have is huge brands tipping in millions of dollars in Facebook ads. They're not so reliant on the little solopreneurs like us anymore. So they don't really for want of a better word, give a shit about your business page anymore, right? Like, they've got businesses' attention now. They didn't for a long time, and that's why I loved it so much in the beginning. After coming from a traditional marketing background where we used to spend, millions of dollars on traditional media, like a newspaper ad was $30,000 in Melbourne, Australia. I'm sure it was, God, I hate to think for New York Times or anything what it was, but for just, little old Australia, it was 30 grand for a full page in the Herald Sun. I remember, if ever, it was not really possible unless you were doing a massive, you had $1 million budget and you're doing a big launch, right? And these are the kind of numbers that we're talking about in terms of accessibility for exposure and advertising, right? But the script has absolutely flipped. So when I get people nervous about spending money on Facebook, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're a business owner. You don't want to invest in getting eyeballs to your message and connection and having your share of people's hearts and minds. Like, are you serious? Like, you need to do this, right? This is basic marketing. At my heart, I'm a marketing strategist. I'm a marketing consultant, and I have flipped from traditional marketing and corporate to, for the last 9 years, talking all things pretty much Facebook. I could say digital, but really it's been Facebook. Facebook has built my business. I've helped other people build their businesses with Facebook. It is, to me, at my heart, soul, and core, about Facebook. It is a dramatically cheaper platform for you to build your brand than anything that's ever come before it in decades before. So we should be celebrating the fact that Facebook exists. I am an absolute advocate for it. Yes, does it give me the shit sometimes? Absolutely. Do sometimes you just wish it was a whole lot easier? And yes. But repetition and consistency is going to give you such amazing results that you just cannot do. The average person cannot do with organic reach, because I've definitely seen other people do it. Even one of the girls in my Mastermind Success Secrets program has amazing organic list growth with her niche. It is phenomenal. I'm like, oh gosh, I want that. That would be so good, right? But for most of us, we need to power it up, get moving. The message alone cannot do the work. We have to bring it together with exposure, connection, okay, to then get to that conversion. So what I want to talk about is, if you don't have anything at all created in terms of list building, in terms of lead magnet, I'll go into that in a minute, that's fine. What I would invite you to do, the biggest thing you can do to start powering up your Facebook connection and engagement and conversion, is doing Facebook Lives on your business page. Videos, people. Because that opens the doors up to people getting to know who you're about. You don't have to script it. You can just get on. What I like to see in terms of framework when you're doing a live, it can be 2 to 5 minutes, right? Don't think you have to do one as long as this, right? I'm doing a longer one because I've got a structured training in this group. We'll get to that as well. So first thing you can do without anything but your beautiful message to market that you created in your homework is a Facebook Live. Okay, so let's talk about that. Going live on your business page just requires you to get your phone. You do not need anything else, your phone or your laptop. Sometimes I do it on my laptop. Phone is kind of easier. You're going to press your Facebook button. You're going to go to your business page, okay? And this is how quick it can be. I'm just going to show you right now. And a lot of you already know how to do this. I know that. Don't worry, we're going to get into deeper strategies. Ask your questions too if you have questions, so I can make sure I cover to your level as well. I want to make sure we've got that sorted. I'm on my business page. It should look like that, okay? And when I want to do my live, I'm just going to go to scroll down a little bit. They do like to make it a little bit, it's like you have to really scroll down, right? There's all this other stuff. It'll say down the bottom, write something on your page. So you go, great, okay, I'm going to do that. And then it's going to ask you to go to do, a post. It's going to say, it's going to give you the opportunity to do a live video. There should be a little video a video button on there that you can use, that you can just start live streaming. You don't even have to write anything on there. Just jot down some notes before you get on live so you know what you're going to talk about, okay? And the format that it should be is you have an overall topic. Now, where do you get that topic? You get that topic from the situationally specific market that you put in message to market in your marketing message that you've been creating, right? We cover this in depth in my program, but I talked about that in session 2. You're going to think about those 3 situationally specific problems that your audience is facing, and even just journal a little bit on those problems. What are some of the common things that happen? How do you help people through those? Go detailed rather than broad, right? It's good to get specific because you're going to, like I said yesterday with that dog whistle marketing, call in your specific people. They're going to want to engage and listen more, okay? I want you to put it in a framework of that overall topic, which is the what. And you're going to then talk about the why. Then you're going, which is the why it matters to them and why it matters overall, why it matters to solving the problem. And then there's the lesson. So there's the quick teaching component. Quick is the example, is the word of the day. Although you're probably going, Victoria, this training has not been very quick, but that's all right. I'm here until your questions are answered. We're going to get to the juicy bits. What, why, lesson. So what's the quick teaching and how they can apply it for results. Okay. So that framework of what, why, lesson, apply. What, why, lesson, apply. What, why, lesson, apply. Write it down. That is your framework for quick video content. Just get over yourself and be like, I don't want to. I get on all the time with that makeup. I know I'm glammed up today because I'm committed to showing up and and actually dressing for you guys, making it a bit more of an event, right? I wanted to get dressed up because I felt like it was an event. But if you go on my business page and scroll down, there are plenty. My business page is just Victoria Gibson. I think it's fb.com/breakout success. That is my business page. And you scroll down and look at those lives. I'm telling you, there are no lashes. There's no makeup. There is a lot of Lululemon. There is a lot of unbrushed hair. That's because, you know, you're working at home. It's easy to be like that. And it stopped me for a long time getting on live. Trust me, there is no one else who does not get how afraid of being judged out there. Like, I am with you, sister. I, for years, you know, would do videos, but it would freak me out. So what I did to sort of ease into it, is a quick tip, and you can do that with the what, why, lesson, apply, was teach. So I would screen share actually, and then teach on, and then save that video and put that on my page. Often I was teaching about Facebook ads. That got me used to just being on video and flowing with it. So if that feels better, this program that I'm using, if you have a Mac, there's this program called Ecamm Live, ECAMM. And that enables you to screen share on Facebook Lives. So if you're feeling a bit like, I don't want to be on camera, that's okay. You can use Ecamm Live. It's only $19 a month. I got a lifetime access for $90 once when the beautiful Mari Smith shared it, and I was like, oh, that looks great. I'll grab it. It's not super techy. It's not hard to use. So definitely think about getting Ecamm Live to just get in the flow. I'd love you to be doing a Facebook Live, showing up a Facebook Live every week. Even if you don't have something to get them to opt into, or you don't have a launch, you don't have an online course, you don't have anything to promote yet. But do be thinking about a call to action though, okay? We want to make an offer. So the easiest thing to do if you don't have any of those things I just mentioned is to invite them to have a call with you. Invite them to DM you. You know, anything like that can sort of start the conversation about how you could offer an audit, a free session, something that talks specifically to the problem but would lead them to the solution, okay? So definitely be thinking about how you could activate that with a call to action, okay? So even if you can start committing, raise your hand or hit the like button and tell me that you are prepared to do that, or hashtag replay if you're coming in later. I want to make sure that you are consistently showing up in your front end marketing. This is one of the best ways to do it. Now you're probably going to say, but Victoria, nobody sees that. And then, if you don't have a lot of people on your page, or even if you do, that's kind of true. People will see your Facebook Lives more than your regular posts on your Facebook, because Facebook do favor video content. They want you to create more content in video. So I want to make sure that, you know, that you do that. Thanks for those emojis. I love it when people are hitting that. It lets me know you're listening. And so lives will get more momentum than just a regular post. And it's just good to get in that habit of showing up, because after a while, you won't even think about it. I absolutely promise you that. So start with Facebook Lives. But you know, not that many people are still going to see it on your business page. So where do we go next? Where we go next to build some momentum is we go to ads, okay? The big scary word. We're going to go to Facebook ads. But I want you to go to a really sort of simple kind of ad, and that is called a page post ad. Now, what we do with that is we go into Facebook and we tell them, Facebook, we want you to grab that post, that Facebook Live we did. Make sure you do have a narration. That means, some blurb before, in the post, some written blurb for people who don't want to watch. Because the beautiful thing is, steps. Do your Facebook Live, pop it up, live, boom, post. On your laptop or desktop, go into edit post on the top right hand side, go to captions and ask Facebook to auto generate those captions. What it does, they're not absolutely perfect, but you can correct them if you're a perfectionist. I'm not. I just let them do auto generate captions even if they're not particularly right. You'll see this on my business page, so go and have a look at it. And you can see the captions scrolling across the bottom of the screen, automatically done, right? Which is great for people who don't want their sound on or they're looking on their, particularly their mobile phone. Put the captions up. You've got a video post ready to go. If you've got a link to a lead magnet, pop that in the narration at the top. If you've got a link for them to book a call, whatever it is, put that in the post, in the written part of the post, as well as call it out in your live. Don't forget the what, why, lesson, apply. 2 to 5 minutes, beautiful, no problem. If it's 1 minute, I don't care, just get on and do it as long as you're covering the what, why, lesson, apply. Then I want you to go to ads, top right-hand side of your desktop, click it down, create an ad, right? If you haven't set up your account, they'll step you through that process. Everything is very step-by-step. Facebook walk you through this. So you click on that. Then you're going to click create a campaign and you're going to click on this one, an engagement campaign. So your objective will be engagement, okay? Then you're going to follow the step-by-step. They'll ask you, how much do you want to spend? Spend $10 a day, right? Spend $5 if that's all you have. I don't care. Just start getting some momentum and getting some eyeballs on this. You'll be surprised how many people can see it for that level of expenditure in the beginning. And then it's going to ask you, who do you want to look at that video, right? And this is why I do this rather than you boosting it on the page. But if it's all too overwhelming, you can still boost it, but it's unlikely to work as well, okay? Because I want you to get targeted about who sees it. So let's talk about targeting for a while. How do you find your ideal people on Facebook? This is why session 2 is so important to get so clear. And what we did yesterday with that message to market is that it's not only going to give you the whole compass or your North Star for how you're marketing, but it's also going to give you the insight into who your people are and how you're going to get to them and connect with them, move them, get in their hearts and minds on Facebook, okay? The other thing I didn't mention about why Facebook is so damn good is because what it is it knows what's in our hearts and minds by what we post, what we like, what we share, what we engage with on Facebook. Yes, it's Big Brother in action and they are following us, make no mistake about that. But the beautiful thing from a marketer's perspective is that we have access to tap into that. So it's like saying, go up to Facebook, hey Facebook, I want women who have are high achieving women who work for corporate, who have a degree, who have a couple of kids, who are divorced, who are single, who are married, who really love and read Liz Gilbert, who follow Marie Forleo because they've got a dream in their heart to have a business. Or it might be something totally different, like they're women, or it might be men, right? Like who whatever you have here, or they might be couples or whatever it might be. You can get into not only the demographics, which is the who of who you're targeting, right? Where they live, how old they are, what sex they are, how much. That you used to be able to do a lot more with income. Since the privacy blow up on Facebook, you can't anymore, but you can even look into, whether they have an Android or an iPhone, all those that kind of demographic, the traditional kind of marketing information that marketers would look at. And now we have the overlay of those lifestyle and psychographics, like how people think, right? What they're motivated by. That hearts and mind stuff. That's what moves people now to invest. That's what moves people now to connect. What moves people now to engage, okay? So I want you to get really good at knowing what is in the hearts and minds of your ideal client. And it's like more than likely just an earlier version of you. So sometimes it's really easy to think about that. I also invite you to stalk, not in a bad way, but stalk the people who like your business page, or even people commenting on a competitor's business page if you don't have enough people yet. Most people don't have all their privacy settings locked down on their Facebook page. So even if you're not friends with them, you can go to their page and you can go up the top and look at what they like, the pages that they like. It's going to give you some insights into your audience, what they, especially if you go to a few of them, you'll see the same ones kind of come up time and time again. For me, it's the likes of Marie Forleo, Amy Porterfield. It might also be, some lifestyle or brands, maybe magazines, maybe books, authors like Liz Gilbert definitely come up because she's sort of in the entrepreneur space. Brené Brown. They're probably, I like to stay in those kind of wheelhouses. I don't get too broad because there's enough people there within my competitors' markets to get in front of that I don't really need to go deeper than that. Some people have a bit of a harder time finding a logical target on Facebook, and not every single Facebook page is targetable either, okay? So know that. So I invite you to think about that. Now, if you don't want to go straight to cold audiences, good news, because Facebook will allow you to upload your existing email list. It will allow you to create an audience of people who've already liked, commented, or engaged with your page or ad in the last year. So you can start using those to create audiences. If your list is still tiny, as long as you have 100 people that then show up, their emails are connected to Facebook, you can create what's called a lookalike audience, right? So you can do an audience of people that are like those people and start targeting them. So that's really good news if you feel like you can't really get into the cold interest-based targeting of Facebook. So that would be where I would start. I would start with a video page post ad. Lead magnet, I talk about this in the workbook here, where your lead magnet should connect with the problem your market's facing and give you an opportunity to establish your credibility and authority. That's what's filling the blanks there. What I talked about before, Facebook Lives, is in the blanks in the second bit, give you the opportunity to establish your credibility and authority too. They work even better in your own Facebook group, like I'm doing now. We'll talk about groups in a minute. I want to stay with ads. In that next part, this is where we need either lead magnet. That's the best way to kind of start audience building. It's the easiest kind of way to start getting people to raise their hand and opt into your list, because just going, hey, I'll get on a live and jump on a call with me, people need more touches than that. They need to sort of see a bit more of your value if they don't know you, okay? So if they're what we call cold traffic, lookalikes and the opportunity to retarget your people are more, using lookalikes will, they're still cold, right? But then we'll get them to warm, and then we can go back with retargeting audiences, which Facebook allows you to as well. But people need more touch points with you generally. So a lead magnet is a great way to do that. That can be, the old well-worn PDF, guide, audit, quiz, whatever it might be, that you ask for email address and you give them something in return, okay? The beauty of that is you own the race course, you get them on your email list, and you start nurturing them with regular content. The problem is a lot of people do this, start building their list, and they don't talk to their people, right? You can't have one without the other. You have to start building it and talking to your people. The other opportunity of building the list is you get to pop it into Facebook and ask for more people like that. It's like Facebook is kind of like the ultimate provider, right? Don't make no mistake about that. So in terms of your lead magnet, go back to session 2, thinking about the problems that they're facing. Is there a way to drill down even more on what the solution that you bring that is like the baby solution, right? It's the entry point solution to solve one of their entry point problems. That's where it's best to start with the lead magnet, okay? And this will require testing. Utilize the beauty of software like Lead Pages to just get one of those up and running if you have no design skills and you don't have a big team of people. Get that moving, get that happening. I'm a huge fan of webinars, okay? The reason why is that you can automate that, right? So what you can have happening is a Facebook ad to an automated webinar to an invitation to have a conversation with you, where you'll diagnose their issues, give them some great value, and decide whether or not there's a path to work together with an invitation or not. Okay, so it can be as simple, like what I was saying, it doesn't have to be super complicated funnels. It can be that kind of pathway, working with sending ads straight to a webinar. I'm going to see if I can pull that up for you now, one of those ads that I've got. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so this might be one that I just leave these ads running a lot of the time, okay? Some of these, I don't think I've got this campaign running as much, but normally they might be like $20 to $50 to $100 a day, depending on where I am in my marketing calendar. But you can get started with something like this, and I suggest getting started at $10 a day. Hopefully everyone can see my screen here. $10 a day is going to let you know, well, do you have a couple of, are you getting a couple of opt-ins for $10 a day? Now, this one is my free mastermind guide, okay? So I'm going in to show you the actual ad. The framework is campaigns. I have a page here, and I get people to opt in, get the free mastermind guide, they're on my list, and then we have a follow-up sequence. And I show you how to do all this in my program, the detail of it, okay? So I don't expect you to totally land, but I want to give you an overview of what it looks like. So we say to Facebook, I want you to get more people who are likely to opt in for my thing. This is a lead magnet. It's a download of the guide, but then I follow up with an invitation to my automated webinar, and it performs very well for me. So at the moment, the initial lead I can see here is getting $4.52 free mastermind guide opt-ins. So I'm building my list at $4.52. Many of you, if you're not in the business marketing niche, will find a quarter or a half of that, okay? I see that time and time again with my clients, and I'm really jealous. My market is pretty competitive. This was sitting at about $3. It's gone up over the last month because there's a bit more competition in the market at this time of year. When I look at ad sets, this is what I was talking about before, about targeting. I go in here and put a budget here. I think this one I've just got low because I'm doing my I even just put this one in just at $5 a day because I'm doing this live launch. So here I put in, okay, US and Australia, they're my best markets, right? Yes, I have put Canada and New Zealand before, but US and Australia are my best markets. I put in 35 to 55. That's generally what I see. I do work with people outside those ages, but that's generally where I find the pockets of value in Facebook. I put targets like Ali Brown, Danielle Laporte, Fabienne Fredrickson, James Wedmore, Marie Forleo, like all people who kind of talk to the same people that I talk to, okay? So I'm going in targeting people who are like the people that I want to target, okay? I edit my placements where they show up there. Now I've worked out why that ad might not be working as well. I actually don't want Instagram on there, so I'm going to change that because I find Instagram blows my costs out a little bit as well. So that's fine. It's still working okay, but I don't think that's as good. But actually, I don't want to change it now because it will start spinning around and I won't be able to show you the ad. So once I've done that, I say, thanks, Facebook. Let me create what the ad looks like in the ad part here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just looking here. You might need to zoom in a little bit. I might see if I can, so you can see a bit better. Okay. That hopefully will give you a little bit more of the detail. And then I want to create I want to use an eye-popping image. So if you don't want to do any video at all, you don't have to do any video, okay? And I actually find that, videos and images can work equally as well, all right? So basically, you want to create an eye-popping image here. You want to know that only the first 3 lines are shown. So I created this ad before they changed that. I would probably just pump up the text above in this section here. Using an image, clear about what we're talking about, start with a story. So what we want to do, I want you to take notes here on your Facebook ads. Here I'm talking about a case study of a real life client that had a $297 online course. We converted it into a $1,000 mastermind, and she was able to bring in, about 10 people in that first launch, just without creating anything new. We just repackaged what she had, okay? So 997 sales, she was able to do that really easily by just repackaging what she did, and creating a bit of a stronger message to market around it to differentiate her money course. Okay, so here I'm really just telling a story of a case study. If you don't have a case study yet, then use your own story, or use, tell a story or a sort of factual kind of situation. Our minds are programmed to tell stories, okay? So try and add stories in here. You want to make your Facebook ads look like a regular post as much as possible, rather than a hey and have flashing text on your images and stuff like that. That doesn't work as well. So we want to create eye-popping images. Now here, this is a photo shoot image, but honestly, snaps work way better. Even if you don't look glam or anything, like snaps of you are a great way to get advertising for your own personal brand, awareness about who you are, people used to seeing your face. This is the hidden impact of Facebook ads, is that they are getting you top of mind awareness, whether people are taking action or not. So that consistent broadcasting will still reap you benefits, because it's the fastest path to growing awareness of who you are and getting in front of your ideal client. And make no mistake about that. Okay, so I'm putting in story-based copy. I don't forget to put a link in the bottom here, because that's going to show up as a clickable link. I put a title there and a button, and then we go to this page, which I just created on Lead Pages. You could, my daughter could create this easy. She'd probably do it better than me, to be honest. And I just want to show you what this can look like, so that you see the ad where I targeted. Oh, no wonder. That's great. Aren't I brilliant that ad is actually not going? That doesn't make sense. So hang on. Let me just go here. I better go and look into that. Okay, so here's the page. Created on Lead Pages, how to create your own coaching mastermind without creating anything new. Big call to action button. So this is also people... Like, it's kind of almost like a monkey can get traffic from Facebook with an ad, right? You may not get it cheaply, but you will get it. Don't you like the fact that I had a broken link on my page before? I'm not quite sure. I better go check that. Anyway, so that anyone can really get the traffic, but then your job is, if you're landing to an opt-in page, that you want them to convert. What are the elements of converting? The elements are that you have a clear message there that gets them into action, that calls them out, that addresses their specific problem, and a nice, clear, easy button and an easy way for them to enter their name and email. So that one's got a pop-up. Check it on mobile. Make sure that it works, okay? I've got a couple of little things about what they're going to get, and download the free guide. Really, really simple. And what I want to be doing is making sure that page converts at least 20%, okay? So that then gets on the thank you page. I invite people into the webinar as well, so that can work really well as a funnel. Now you might be going, oh gosh, how do I do that? But you can just sort of get started with creating your own. It could be a video. Let me just come back here. It could be. You could even do your Facebook Live and get it transcribed on rev.com, or look at getting the text transcription and pretty that up on Canva and download it as a PDF, upload it to your website as a hosted media, get the link, put that, and you can, hook that up with your Lead Pages. So that's the download they get once they opt in. It really doesn't have to be that difficult. Pop in your comments and questions so I can interact with where you are. I want to make sure that I am not going well over your head there, or if it's too basic. Oh, thanks Kylie for putting something. If it's too basic, let me know too. If you want to go deeper on any of those points, happy to do that. I just like to make sure that I don't go, and I like to get a measure of where you are. So conversion rate is minimum 20%. So what that means is at least 1 in 5 people landing on your landing page are opting in, okay? And if that is not happening with your ads, then you turn them off until, or you retest until you can get it to that. So sometimes it might not be the ad that you need to change. You need to look at indicators, right? So when you're in your Facebook account, look at how many people will making sure you've got impressions and reach, but really how many link clicks are you getting, and how much are those link clicks costing you to the landing page? That's your first evidence as to whether the ad is working or not. If you're seeing that under $1.20, brilliant, 37%, Kylie. Like I said, your message on Facebook, I mean, you could get that up to 50, 60 because your message is a cracker. So if it's not Sometimes it's the conversion layout. This is where sometimes you need a mentor and guide, and this is what I help my people do in my program all the time. Like, okay, let me have a look at your stats. What's going on? I get in their account and go, nope, change that, move this, whatever. So we troubleshoot really, really quickly. But I want to know. Right, let me look at, I can generally tell with the page whether it's working straight away, but 37% is great. You can start working on optimizing that by maybe testing your ads or changing up different images. Split testing your landing page can be really good, creating another ad with a different one, or some of the programs like Lead Pages and ClickFunnels allow you to split test and send the traffic to either or and find the winner. So that can be really, really powerful as well, because sometimes we think, oh great, we rest on our laurels, but you can make it even better and be getting those leads even cheaper. Okay, so what I want to see, I don't want to see you paying more than kind of $5 an email opt-in on Facebook. Because look, overall, you want to look at your cost to acquire a client and how much that's costing you, and if you're happy with that level. I was talking to one of my other clients about this yesterday. She converted half the people in her live event to her $2,000 retreat, and so she had, I think, nearly half, 18 people converted out of 38 in the room. And I said, well, we've just got to get you more people in the room now too, okay? So that's fine, Kylie. $1 a lead is fine. Just let it roll. This is the thing. You don't even have to touch it, right? People are freaking out about Facebook. Oh my God. But once you've got it working, just leave it, because Facebook will do its magic. Like I said, it's almost like one of those, I don't know what you call them in your country, but we call them like, not that I think they're a good thing at all, poker machines, or, people putting in the money and, getting things out, although they get less out in a poker machine and it's more of a gamble than Facebook ads. Once you're getting people for $1 on your lead, on your email list, Facebook's going to, and you optimize it for conversions, Facebook is going to know where to find more of those people and keep doing more of the same. The other beauty of that is that you get more likes, comments, and shares on that ad just by virtue of it showing a lot of the time. And Facebook says, oh great, people like that ad. Facebook want people to like your ads because they want to make sure that their user experience is maintained and protected, okay, because that's the key to the longevity of their platform. Okay, so whenever they're disapproving things, it's not because they're trying to be an asshole. It's because they want to protect the integrity of the environment for the users, right? So we want to fit in with that, which is also why we want to kind of use things that look like a regular post. You'll get way more engagement. Personal shares, talking in the first person, conversational tone, happy snap kind of images or quick videos are great, right? These things work really, really well, but don't forget to embed the call to action. Put the link in the Facebook ad or do the call to action on your video and have the captions, okay? So once you've got that rolling, typically I want you to allocate a portion of budget to it consistently, as long as your next step is understanding, out of that Facebook ad spend I spent last month, how many clients did I get from that? And then what we might typically see is, if you're doing conversations to a coaching program or a mastermind, we'd see that we want to keep the email opt-ins under $5. You can send straight to your webinar if you like as well. In my program, I teach you how to create the webinar, how to structure it slide by slide, how to get your ads set up. I even set up your ads for you in the beginning so you can start just getting them rolling and then learning how to optimize it and move forward with them. And then we have the webinar that doesn't even pitch anything. The call to action can just be for them to get on a call with you. If you have a program and it's going to be under 1,000, then I suggest that we get the webinar working, that you can offer that program on the webinar so you don't have to do calls. Okay, so you can do one or the other, but you can, if you're worried about pitching or inviting, this is not about that. You want to create flow of inviting people to a call with you. I even also in my program then talk about how to structure those calls so that the person you're having a call with gets great value out of it, but also you're positioning yourself in a place of authority, credibility. You're creating real connection, but you're also diagnosing whether that person is a great client for you and can do what they need to do with your help, because it is a collaboration in any kind of mastermind. Okay, so hopefully I didn't go over that too fast for you. Add to webinar, to call, to program mastermind. Okay. Typically what we're seeing is for someone to raise their hand to have a call with you, depending on your niche. My clients currently range from about $30 to about $110 for that. Now you might go, oh my God, that's like a lot of money to get a call application because some of my people don't show up or they don't all convert. And I'm here to tell you, most people do not convert. Oh, good, Bonnie. I'm so glad. I know I ramble on a lot. I've got a lot to say. I'm passionate about this, right? But, I'm embedded in metrics. So also when people come to me and they're like, oh, my ads don't work, or this isn't working, or I don't like this, or whatever, I'm like, let's stay in the data, not the drama. I want to go to the metrics. I'm not a detailed system person, but you need to be in business. Obviously, all of these things, you flex the muscle, right? I don't lead with that part of me, but I know damn sure what my metrics are to make this work. So what I know is that in my program, it might cost me $300 to $500, depending on the month, to acquire a client into my mastermind, okay? So then with that knowledge, I can go, well, I can do that all day long, right? Because a mastermind client, that if I know also what the value of a client is to me in revenue, it's worth more than that. So I'm ahead. This is working for me. So many people are running a sort of scattergun approach on Facebook because they're thinking, well, oh God, I have to spend money, and oh God, the money went down, or worse still, they abdicate, right? They abdicate responsibility for their own Facebook lead generation because it's too hard, or they don't want to do it, or it's not their wheelhouse. And I say it's fine to outsource to someone good. There's a lot of crap out there, people running Facebook campaigns who have no idea. I absolutely guarantee it. I say join my program so you don't have to pay the extra to get someone to manage your Facebook ads, right? Because I will guide you through. I'll be there as your fallback so you don't lose your money, but I'll empower you to know how to do it so you can confidently outsource and not blow your money. I have spoken to so many people who put money into Facebook ad managers and it has not worked at all. And they're, $5,000, maybe even more behind because of that, okay? So I don't want you to be in that situation. I want you to know your metrics and feel confident that it's an investment like anything in your business. It's an investment in awareness. Some of that may not be completely measurable. Awareness, lead generation, connection, and then it leads to conversion, okay? Yeah, Kylie, right? Like you're one of those people. I see it time and time again. And what happens, here's the reason for that, is that a lot of people have learnt from other people and they've learnt outdated strategies. They're not constantly in. If they're a coach and they're not managing accounts, they're not in the accounts enough to know how to guide their people through it, right? I'm in multiple accounts often, have been for 8 years. Trust me, I have been in a lot of Facebook ad accounts. Would I prefer to not spend my day in there? Yeah, probably. I don't spend the whole day in there. On my own ads, I check them out like 5 minutes every couple of days, really. And that's absolutely no word of a lie. With my clients, like if they've got questions, I'm in there more. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So the problem is if they're just coaching Facebook ads and they've learnt them from someone else and they're not actively in there all the time understanding what works, what doesn't, what happens is that they don't have the knowledge. They also don't know how to write great copy, okay? So, oh, good, Kylie, I'm so glad, because you do have to don't abdicate this, because you can't then guide someone to do it better for you if you don't know what's working for you. So what happens is, yes, they're not doing the accounts enough, in the account enough to know what's working and how to manage it and optimize it for effectiveness. If they are not a marketer or a coach, what happens is that a Facebook ad management attracts a lot of kind of system people who are like, process, great, this is a process I can follow, I can do this. But what it is, it's live, interactive marketing. We're dealing with hearts and minds, so you need to have a marketing bent. So if you don't know how to write your own copy and you ask them to write it, it won't be in your tone of voice and it will be absolutely crap copy. And if you do not have good copy, it will not convert. I can absolutely guarantee it. Just an image might get the clicks, but it will not get the conversion, okay? So the other part of people running it, being Facebook ad managers, is that if they're cheap, they have to take on a lot of clients and they get overwhelmed, because it does take a lot of work if you're managing multiple accounts trust me, I used to do it a lot, and that's why I don't do it anymore, because the attention to detail required. I mean, I do it for some high-level clients, but I will have like one of those, and then in my mastermind, I'm across what they're doing, but that's more done with you, not done for you. So I'm still in there in accounts all the time, working out what's working, what isn't. I know how to write ad copy that converts. Sometimes that takes testing. I ran some ads last week for this, and clearly they weren't working. I had to turn them off and change them because the copy wasn't right. So you've got to have the ability to adjust. And when you're an ads manager with 20 clients, you have not got the time to scratch yourself. So, and they do not have the ownership and heart about your account that you would have for your own. So they're the fallbacks. As you can tell, I'm kind of passionate about this, but it's really, really important for you to have that knowledge, because this is empowering you to attract clients into your business every single day on demand, right? Make no mistake about that. That is what you have the capacity to do. Yes, we've got to get you up to speed with it, right? Most people, you're not just going to come out the gate and have this flying, but what you've got to do is have the ability to try, pair up with a trusted mentor, get moving and doing this. Could you do it yourself? Absolutely. There's a million resources. And in fact, the Facebook ads help site, so going to Facebook advertising, little mini courses and stuff. They even have like people who call you on the phone and help you. But even the people on the phone, I mean, please, they do not know copy. They might just say, change your budget here, do this. They put the placement here. All those things, they look, are helpful and it's free. But if you want to move faster, you need to have someone who knows what they're doing to help you get the right conversions, who has a good sense of your market and can get things moving. It doesn't eliminate testing, but you don't have to burn thousands of dollars on testing, okay? So if you're not using Facebook ads, it's a major missed opportunity, but I don't want you also to run there before you've got your message to market right, before we've got your offer right, before we've got your signature system that we talked about yesterday right. Because once you have that signature system, you have all the copy for your Facebook ads. You have every angle covered. You can create multiple versions. Look, there's a whole lot of more detail to go into optimizing, but essentially you can do well without even doing a lot of that, okay? So I'm not saying throw optimization out the window and making things better and continual improvement. I'm all for that. What I'm saying is it doesn't need to have the complexity and layers that you may have heard or believe. And I definitely do not want you to abdicate, particularly if you are not even making $5,000 a month in your coaching business yet. I do not want you to pay anyone to do your Facebook ads, right? Because what I want you to do is do them yourself, get some clients, then you can reinvest in Facebook ads, because I'd rather you put that money in the actual ad placement if you've got a limited budget, okay? It doesn't mean investments in your business aren't worthwhile, don't get me wrong. But what I see is people making investments in some of the marketing doing or VAs before they have the lead generation framework in place. I want to, before we wrap up, I know I've talked a lot, but I also want to answer your question, so please jump in there. Just to recap too on that, when creating in the workbook, when creating your ads, it is essential to include conversation, candid images, so snaps, just raw images work best. Don't do your beautiful photo shoot, it won't work as well. And a call to action. And long posts work best for engagement and results. The best part of my Mastermind Success Secrets program, which I'm going to talk about, I'll tell you about tomorrow, is that we actually include Facebook training as a special bonus at the moment for you to jump in and get that too. So that is arming you with what you need for lead generation. The other thing I want to talk about Facebook is what I'm doing this week, right? Which is like a live launch, okay? It's kind of like a combination of Jeff Walker's product launch formula, going into solving the specific problems of your clients, but getting excited in a limited time capacity, getting your audience into that, doing it in a beautiful, intimate group, like a Facebook group, bringing them in there. So it's a free Facebook group, creating training for a limited time can work really, really well. As I said the other day, I was very kind of anti doing free Facebook groups, even though I had one for a traffic boost challenge I did, which was the beginnings of this group. I just left it after that because I wanted to put all my attention into my paid groups and giving them all this, all beautiful content and learnings and things like that. But what has changed since then is that what like Facebook Lives work with Facebook's algorithm and they support you, Facebook groups do the same. Mark Zuckerberg mandated in February, March this year that Facebook groups were a focus for Facebook. They want communities to come. It's more of the hearts and minds, right? They want community discussion to happen here. They want Facebook to be the platform for connection. So let's roll with the fact that they are pushing that out. So you might have seen even today when I went on live, if you're on your computer, you would have seen a little video pop up that Victoria's live now and connect and convert. Okay. Now I've been sending out emails, I've been posting on social media, but little things like that, or at least Facebook's free algorithm just showing up in your feed has probably got you there more than what I've been doing in my active efforts. But you bring them both together, and what you do is you create so much momentum. Now, and the beautiful thing is this is like intuitive. So you can do this as you go. Like you can adapt. I'm not reading from a script here. I'm just sharing what I know. Would it be better, like in my webinars, if I'm going to teach, it'll be for like 45 minutes. And I make sure I stick to that because, I'm doing all the talking. I know I'm doing a lot of the talking now, all of it, pretty much. But I'm trying to make this more interactive too. It's looser. I can be more responsive, right? So it doesn't take all that while you're sitting there going, I just need, someone posted in the group the other day, I just need all the steps for a launch, right? No, you don't. You need some frameworks. You need some support. You need some cheerleading, guidance. You need to see other women doing the same thing as you. You don't need step by step by step, because what you'll do is get frozen in all the creation and the perfection, and your beautiful expertise and spirit will not come through. So I suggest, out of today, I want you to, if you haven't got a Facebook page, get a Facebook page. You need a Facebook page to do ads, okay? So you might be cultivating a whole lot of connection on your personal page. Technically, it is against Facebook's condition that you terms and conditions that you promote your business on your personal page. Doesn't mean you can't go in there and pop a few things here and there. Technically, it is against terms and conditions. So you need a place to house your business. That is your business page. I know a lot of you on today's live stream have a business page, and that is great. So if you haven't got that, great. The next thing you're doing, I want you to start doing one live a week on your business page, okay? I want you to set up an ad to that live, or set up an ad to your lead magnet. It'll be a conversion ad. I teach you how to create the custom conversions, all you need for that. I want it to be a conversion ad, so you have 5 seconds to look into your ad account each day and see how much your initial conversions or your email opt-ins are costing you, to know that you're on track. I want you to do a deeper dive into your metrics and look at your acquisition per client. But in the front end, I just want to, you'll know that the reason why is to know that you are not wasting money, but also that you are oh, good. Oh, lovely, Bonnie. I have to go and follow you. I want to see your lives. And pop them out as ads too, even if you do them at like $5 a day, just to give them a bit of a boost as well and connection. That also then boosts your page in the algorithm. It also boosts your posts coming up in your page likers feed or followers feeds. So I want you to do an ad. Yes, you totally can, Marie, share business posts on your personal page. Yes, you can, because it's like your own post, so that's fine. That's fine. Look, you're kind of flirting with danger a little bit, but look, I haven't heard of many people getting their personal pages shut down. I have heard of it happening, not to any of my clients, but I've heard of it out there. Things happen, and I've also seen other coaches teaching, just go on your personal page and teach all this. It's like, no, you want to build up a community of people who are raising their hand to hear your stuff. Yes, will it be easy to get momentum and traction on your personal page in the beginning? Yes, but you've got to post and do a lot of work, and you've got to, you can't then turn that reach and great work that you do into an ad because it's on your personal page. So I suggest, although pages are way less effective than they ever were before, definitely have one and start regularly posting there. Regularly, I mean just, a post a day is great, but definitely a live a week. So many people are starting from zero at the beginning of every week. Oh my God, I'm already emailing my list once a week. It's like, great, you get there, you get that engagement. Then for the rest of the week, it goes like that, because things are moving so fast. People get so many messages and things. You do need to be showing up, okay? It's really important. Get a page, get a lead magnet, do some lives, do some ads consistently, right? Get those people into raising their hand, opting in, invite them to a webinar or use the webinar as your front-end conversion for your ads. Get people on a call or sell to them on a webinar, or create your Facebook group and do all your lives in there if you want, and make sure that every other call to action or post is getting people into your group. If you'd rather do that, that's fine too. But think about, what could you be sharing in your group with calls to actions embedded in there, as well as creating great value. You want to be giving such good value that people are like, oh my God, if this is her free stuff, imagine when I dive in and join her community, what great goodies I'm going to get and beautiful transformation. Okay, so lives, groups, ads, essential part of your Facebook strategy. Okay, hopefully that has landed for you today. I am here to answer your questions too about Facebook specifically. I know a lot of people do have those questions. I do want you to do your homework. There's one more last chance from this session for a $50 Sephora gift card. Dominique has one. Sally has one. Would you like one? Then post your homework in the homework thread. I'll pop it up after this. 3 topics for your next Facebook Lives. Oh, good. Thank you, Bonnie. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes I feel like I'm going on and on, or I'm not pitching at the right level, because obviously we've got a whole lot of range of different levels in here. So I want to make what I share apply to everybody. Thank you so much for words of support. If I haven't hit your pay grade, or you, for want of a better word, or you're a little bit more advanced, pop your advanced question in there. That ain't no question I cannot answer on Facebook ads, Facebook Lives, Facebook groups. I absolutely guarantee it. Pop it in and I will answer it. If it's on replay, hashtag replay. You can at me in the comments, tag me in here so I can see it if you're watching it later, or you think about something and you have a bit of a moment of, oh shit, what do I do with that? Just come back in. Like this 10 days is about me showing up, giving it to you. You showing up, asking questions, right? Ask your questions. Let's get what you need. I want you to get amazing results from this, right? So if it means going in and looking at your ads and you've got specific questions about conversions, like Carly was asking before, fantastic, please do. So 3 topics for your next Facebook Lives. Go back to yesterday's session and think about your marketing message, or think about who you help, what problem you help them overcome, okay? It could be, I don't know, and we can workshop this in here for you, but I want to see it in the homework. And you might have even seen from session 2 homework. If you haven't posted in there, go in there. I actually help you with your message. I sometimes, I'm giving you how I would frame it. That might not be what you put in an ad necessarily, but what it will do is give you that North Star direction of where you're headed, who you help, narrowing your focus and getting that clarity. That will give you momentum and the confidence to have momentum too. It'll give you way more confidence in showing up. Yes, you'll still be nervous doing a live. Yes, you'll still be nervous showing up on Facebook. I absolutely get it. But with the clarity of your message will allow you to have so much more confidence. So Marie's asked, do you think a longer live around 30 minutes would be too long as an ad? Yes, I do. Absolutely do not do that. Shorter kind of video. So where you do your 30-minute live, Marie, is in a Facebook group. Yes, you could do it on your page too. You'll find a whole lot more engagement on your lives in a Facebook group, because Facebook will share it a lot more with those people. So if you don't want to maintain a group, I get it. You can just have pop-up groups for launches, or just keep your 30-minute live on your business page. The advantage of 30-minute lives are that you it'll give Facebook more time to get it out there to other people, and often you'll find people are coming on consistently throughout the whole time. Okay, so longer lives can work really well for that. They don't work as well on the replays, because people know that it was a replay and they don't really have to show up. So this one's an ultra long live. I could probably improve engagement and things if I kept these at like 20 minutes, to be honest. But I want to be able to show up and give you really, really deep work here. Okay, you better go. You're getting better at going shorter. Today's was an hour. Okay, Bonnie, you're like me. You get on and you're like, yeah, I'm going to talk it through. But you know what? Be authentic to you, because the people who like it are going to show up and enjoy it. So don't get too wrapped up in the semantics of everything, how it needs to be. Yes, for ads, because you're putting money into it. So I appreciate that question, Marie. And I've got an absolute on that. Do not do a 30-minute ad. No way, Jose. And try and add the captions if you can too. Hopefully that helps you with that. I'm here to answer your questions. So please pop them in if you have any more. I know I'm conscious of time, that I've been taking up a lot of it today, but I love it. This is my wheelhouse, sister. I can help you here. So Marie says she's got a small and new group and a Facebook page and never know which one to do live and how long. Great. I'd stick to shorter lives on your page, longer lives in your group. If you've already got a group, do those 30 minutes in there. Jump on live in your group and say, hey, I'm just about to go live. I'm covering 3 big outcomes for your 30-minute live, and get them across to your group. It can be a great way to then fill your group, okay, and have that more intimate, environment like we've got going on in here. This group isn't going anywhere, by the way, so I want you to stay here, but the training will come down next week. So if you haven't reviewed those other posts, please go in and post them. Post your homework. Let me know this stuff is landing you, which you have today, Marie and Bonnie and Kylie. I really appreciate you supporting me on that and letting me know it resonates, because I haven't run this training before. So the beauty of my webinars is that I know, I can see, have people dropped off? Are they still there? I look at the analytics and understand how it works. And that's how I've also created a template and framework to take other people through to make sure that works for their clients too. If you're getting stuck on any of this, if you've got any specific questions, can you please DM me? Because, something might come into your mind. If it's something you don't want to share in the group, post it in the group. Otherwise, there's a question. If it's something you don't want to share or you want to ask specifically, I'm happy to answer your DM. I'm here. I am ready to help you. I want to make you get some great results, and we do that with creating momentum. Sometimes that means running through, overcoming those blocks that come up. So I want to say thank you for showing up today. I want you not to forget about your homework. Chance to win a gift card just as a little incentive, sweetener. Thank you, Marie. Thanks for your questions. I thrive off questions. Well, tomorrow we're going into what a mastermind can look like, how perhaps you could pivot your offer there, what are some of the components, what ones could work for you. So make sure you show up for that too. And I want you to, most importantly, go and have a great day or great evening wherever you are in the world. If anyone's still here from UK, I salute you. And I thank you for showing up in the middle of the night. But the rest of you, enjoy the rest of your day. I've loved being here, and I can't wait to see you again. Okay, take care. Bye.